So weird. Okay, let's see if this works. Sending a chat to see if it pops up, because none of my chats worked earlier today. It had a sound, but it didn't pop up. That is so weird. Oh, wait a minute. This is frozen. Hold on. Let me check on my Streamlabs. It did show up. Yay. Alright, let me turn desktop off for now. I'm going to have to try to remember to turn everything on and off when I get to it. And I don't always remember that stuff. So let's hope. Okay. I'm going to shrink this because we don't want it on. Oh, actually, I got a minute. Okay, gonna shrink this. That's good. We got 23 seconds left. Yay. There we go. Let's go to live scene. Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown. I am here with a live stream reaction to the House of the Dragon Season 3 final teaser. It says final teaser, and I'll talk about that on, I have this pre-recorded. Okay, so what you're seeing now is me on live. I will be here on live, but I have a pre-recording of my actual reaction to it. It just made it easier because I was going on vacation. Now, if you've watched any of my last couple most previous live streams or seen my most previous posts, then you probably know that my father had passed away. So I went on vacation in California. I live in Florida. While I was on vacation in Florida, I found out my father died. So then I had to leave California and fly to Washington. So I am actually in Washington. This room is the office that used to be my father's. I have been going through all the paperwork in here, trying to get things in order, trying to find anything that we might need to get my mom hopefully into a better position, so hopefully she can keep her house and everything. Anyway, now I am going to go ahead. I also left a message on here, so if you want to comment or question anything or anything like that, you can leave questions and comments in the chats. And it is pinging for me now, so I should be able to hear it when it comes on. At least it pinged for me the first time. It's very strange because there is this little bell notification thing on my Streamlabs that right now says it is not, it is marked out like it's not supposed to work. But when I sent that hello, it did bing. It did ring, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, let's go ahead, go to the watch scene, and we're going to start my reaction to House of the Dragon Season 3 final teaser. Okay. And I should probably... Is it showing?
Come on.
Nope, it is not. This is not the right one either. Okay, hold on. This one. This is what I need.
Hello, it's Venus Brown, and I am back for another reaction to another teaser trailer for House of the Dragon. It says House of the Dragon Season 3 official final
trailer. Now, I don't know about final. We haven't even started Season 3, so I kind of doubt that they won't do any more trailers until the end of this season. But who knows? I'm not a showrunner, and I don't follow these people enough to know if they might do more. But right now it says this is the official final trailer. So let's go ahead and start watching. And I have heard this is supposed to be a pretty wild trailer, so.
These are turbulent times.
Yes, they are.
Rhaenyra's coming.
So she's gonna rat her out.
You are no longer safe here.
And that's who she's saying that to.
Their defeat is written.
Knew I couldn't trust her.
We'll secure the city. Without further bloodshed.
The Queen has many dragons. But her subjects do not feel safe, nor should they.
We see you have been merciful.
I would imagine her having many dragons might be why Aemon might actually just take off.
Little by little, bite by bite, we are exposing her as weak and unsuited to rule.
My enemies have been allowed to muster their strength.
She'll certainly fail. And we raise our own throne.
In a war, all suffer.
The leadership, the soldiers,
We've come so far,
the families,
and yet you still don't
peasants,
know who you are.
royalty, everybody. We all suffer.
Have you not
And the
betrayed your
animals, the
queen?
poor animals.
Bring Aegon
How many
The
creatures are
usurper!
sacrificed in the name
To
of
me!
war?
Did I not warn you that you would come to this?
Okay, so let's go ahead and go back through that. I'll just play a little bit and stop it whenever I feel like talking and discuss whatever it is that I want to talk about. And then we'll move on after that. Yep. Yeah, and I do think that is kind of a wild trailer, but it was going so fast it was hard to keep up with.
These are turbulent times.
I'm gonna mute my mic again.
Rhaenyra's coming.
Okay, so it appears that battle at the beginning, that's the one that's going to happen over the water. It's going to badly decimate the Valyrian fleet. Really, really bad news. And then the other stuff where Daemon was fighting, not sure, but that looked pretty vicious too. And now we see Alicent basically warning Aemon that she's coming, so she ripped off the Band-Aid in a way, but also told him what was happening. But it looks like she's gonna get through the gates, so either he didn't put up much of a fight or he decided to take off. I don't know, but we'll find out. My earbuds had stopped. There we go.
You are no longer safe here. Their defeat is written. We'll secure the city. Without further bloodshed.
That's a little delusional, but I mean, Maybe she thought that Alicent was telling the truth. Maybe she thought that this is the way it's supposed to. I mean, I think because of the stories that she's been told from the dreams that her father has had and everything, that maybe that's kind of solidifying her idea that this is written, that this is the way it's going to go. But that telling also completely removes the reality that the Targaryens were taken out for a while. That even though they end up sort of back in power so that they can defeat the walkers and everything, it doesn't mean that everything's gonna fucking go swimmingly, and it doesn't mean that they're going to be in place the whole time. And we know that, but she's not gonna know that. She's gonna think that, hey, it's written in the stars, it's in the stories, it's in our dreams. The path is all laid out before us, but that's just not always the reality.
The Queen has many dragons, but her subjects do not feel safe, nor should they.
Wonder who he was talking to. Okay, so Corlys Velaryon, it looks like, is talking to Daemon. That yes, the Queen has many dragons, but the people don't feel safe. They shouldn't feel safe. You gotta be thinking beyond just the immediate aspects of war. And I do recall when we were watching the previous seasons, Daemon was very much, let's fight, let's get this war started, let's get going, but not all about diplomacy and everything, not all about thinking about all the other shit that happens when you have a war going on that really needs to be thought about, that needs to be handled. So Corlys is right to be trying to get through to him. I don't know how well he'll take it. I don't know if he'll fucking listen. Yeah, and honestly, it seems like Corlys and Rhaenys, when she was living, were some of the only ones that were really trying to speak reason with this whole thing, and were fairly supportive of Rhaenyra, at least once they realized that Rhaenyra might actually be a good ruler. And now, according to the books, she's not going to be a good ruler, but like I've said before, she's just had so much turmoil dumped on her all at once. And things just go so horribly wrong that it's kind of understandable. But I do think that before she ends up taking the throne, we've seen her make good decisions. We've seen her do things that make sense, that work well for the realm, and kind of take advice from people that I think are steering her well. I don't know how things are going to go with Daemon steering her. They seemed to do well as parents together, parenting the kids that they had, but not so well with the leadership dynamics and his
in
position
my opinion,
when it
of
comes
course.
to her. And I
Other
know he
opinions
seemed to
may
be
differ.
fairly well on her side at the end of the last season, but is that going to hold? I don't know.
I see you have been merciful. But the crown is a weight that crushes. You'll do things that spell death for all involved.
That's so true. All right. Yeah, like the whole thing about the weight of the crown, danger of being on that throne, the toll that it really takes on the person that's sitting the throne, the person that is wearing the crown. It's a real issue. I think a lot of the imagery and stuff that we get from J.R.R. Martin when it comes to people that they say that the throne rejected or that they couldn't bear the weight of the crown, stuff like that, it really has a lot to do with that. Not that the throne is literally rejecting them, that all of it together is just so much weight on one's head and one's shoulders, and being able to deal with all that is not great. And frankly, sitting on a throne of swords probably likely to cause a little bit of injuries and soreness and blood and aching and whatever, but I know there are some people that think that if you want somebody to be tough, you've got to make everything super tough for them. And so, of course, sitting on a throne of swords, it's going to make them tougher. But yeah, I think sometimes that stuff backfires majorly. But this is Game of Thrones, this is Westeros, and Westeros don't play. So anyway, let's continue on.
Little by little, bite by bite, We are exposing her as weak and unsuited to rule.
My enemies.
And so he says, little by little, bite by bite, we're exposing her as too weak to rule, I think is what he said. From what I remember in the books, yes, I will have book spoilers. If you're listening to my content and I have read books or I have watched previous shows, it is likely that you will get spoilers from me. I am not good at holding my tongue when it comes to that stuff. I do try to at least make sure that I'm not giving really big spoilers for things yet to come, but I do still sometimes give big spoilers. From what I remember in the book, there are several things going on where the other side is literally doing things that make it look like Rhaenyra is a terrible queen and set her up for failure, so that when she does end up in place, everything for the small folk in King's Landing just goes miserably wrong, and she can't get it together because the fucking resources aren't there. She's distraught from losing children, and things just don't go well. And I still have a freaking problem with the fact that her father never fucking properly trained her, never properly set her up to be the ruler so that people would actually take her seriously. But also a lot of shit going on intentionally to make her look like a really awful queen. We don't really know if she would have been a decent queen had the path been laid before her, had people actually properly trained her, properly prepared her, and had people not been fucking draining the goddamn coffers of King's Landing so that when she came in there's fucking nothing.
Have been allowed to muster their strength.
I'm gonna do something really quick as I want to check the
Certainly fail.
the notification bell on this and see if I click it, if that turns my notifications off.
In a war,
What he just said, she'll certainly fail and we will raise our own throne. I mean, that's not necessarily accurate either. I don't remember exactly what happens after she ends up being taken down, but none of them are on the throne for very long. This is just one death after another, one defeat after another on both sides. I mean, honestly, this whole thing is two sides of the same family duking it out until they fucking all kill each other almost, and using those dragons to fight this war until they all kill each other damn near. Both of them together, the Targaryen family and their dragons, they just end up fighting each other so much that they end up killing almost the entire thing. Talk about setting your own fucking family up for failure. Talk about setting up the whole regime for fucking destruction. It's just crazy. And granted, I'm sure that the dragons are fucking scary as fuck to anybody that's seen them, but there's just like this big part of me that is so heartbroken with the idea that this shit, this war, almost completely decimates them to the point that there are none fucking left in Westeros until Daenerys comes around and hatches those 3 eggs. And only because she's so fucking distraught that she goes and fucking walks into her husband's funeral pyre. Anyway, let's continue on.
or suffer.
We've come so far, and yet you still don't know who you are.
It's not hard to figure out who you are when you're doing everything for everybody else.
Bring Aegon, the usurper, to me.
Yeah. That's sounding like anger and grief, although her son is still there. But still, it's sounding like anger and grief, and that could very well be, because this is the first battle with the Valyrian fleet, and the image they were showing of her yelling, that looks like it's after. Oh my god. I mean, you see the fucking tears in her eyes, and we seen that when her other son died earlier, that she gets distraught, and her way of grieving is just like this fucking boiling anger on the inside coming out. So that sounds like that's what's gonna happen again. She's so freaking angry, and I don't fucking blame her. Holy shit. What awful, horrible shit to fucking go through. And because your freaking half-brothers usurped your throne and are trying to claim that they're the rightful person to sit the throne. It's just messed up.
Did I not warn you that you would come to this?
That was the outfit she was wearing when she was walking and leaving bloody footprints behind her. And Alicent said, "Did I not warn you that it would come to this?" And I mean, we all know when you're fighting your own family for the fucking throne that they usurp from you, trying to put things right while you're in fucking Westeros and it's the Game of Thrones and everybody's trying to destroy you, that yeah, shit is not gonna go well. And it's never gonna be easy, but in this particular situation, it's just really awful. Really awful. But anyway, hopefully I will be seeing you for House of the Dragon Season 3. I will be doing kind of a breakdown with discussion for each episode when I get it. I will be on vacation part of the time, so during the time I'm on vacation, I do not know if I will have access to the show. So my breakdowns and discussions for those episodes may come later. I don't know yet. Later on down the road, I will have reactions for you, just not right now. I will be playing Night of the Seven Kingdoms reactions while this show is going. So once a week, when House of the Dragon starts, I will be playing Night of the Seven Kingdom reactions. And once a week, I will be playing a kind of breakdown with discussion, and I think what I am going to do is have a smaller edited version that I will put up on video, and then I will have a longer, more drawn out live stream that I will do also. So you can join me for the live streams if you like. You can watch the videos, and I always leave the live streams on, so if you want to watch the live streams later, they are available. The time frame that I am going to be on vacation is in July. I will try to let people know when I am actually going to be gone. If I am able to access the show while I'm gone, I will try. If I can't, then I'm going to have to wait until I come back home. So just remember that. But in June, I will be around for those early episodes. It's the ones after that that are going to be harder for me to access. We'll see how it goes. That's all I got for you. Okay, I'm just going to give a little update on that because, hold on. Okay, a little update on that because there have been changes because my father died and I am going to be in Washington a little bit longer than I had planned on being gone. I have not bought plane tickets going out of here yet because I was waiting to find out when we would be able to have a kind of a memorial or something like that for my father. We're going to be able to do that tomorrow morning. So I still need to buy plane tickets though, and I don't know if it's going to be before the show comes out or after, but I think it's going to be the night the show comes out or something like that. And most likely I will get home. I will land on the plane, get home, and go to sleep because I have a very hard time sleeping on the plane. And even when I do sleep on the plane, it's not good sleep. So most likely I'll get home, go to sleep for a while, and then later on watch the show. But even whether I'm able to watch it on time or not, it's going to take me a while because I got to write notes. I got to make sure that I am prepared and ready to do my live stream because, like I said, I plan on doing a live stream breakdown and discussion of the episode. I will do it as soon as I can, but it may take me a couple days. Just keep that in mind. After that, for at least a couple weeks, I will be home and I will be able to kind of keep up with it. It may take me a day or two after the episode airs before I can get on there. That is if they're doing it week by week, which is what I'm hoping for. If they do one of those things where they drop 3 episodes at a time, you're going to get one reaction, or one discussion rather, every week, regardless. If they do what I'm hoping, which is 1 episode every week, then it will probably be a couple days after the episode airs that I will get on here. And I am very excited, I am, but my mood is kind of tempered because of the whole situation with my father dying. I haven't done a lot of grieving. I haven't done a lot of crying. It's been like weepy and sad, but not like out and out crying, because I have been drowning myself in this stuff, in trying to go through all the paperwork and trying to make sure that my mom isn't going to be destitute after this. So it's a lot. It is a lot. There's a lot more, I think, to think about when somebody dies than some of us realize when we haven't been through this. So, and he was a veteran, retired veteran with disability, but not enough for my mom to really get benefits from it. And it looks like his death is probably related to his service, but because he doesn't have disability ranking for that, she may very well get nothing. But they did notify me that there is a chance that I can show that claims that have been denied that he had done early on do seem to be connected to what was going on when he died. So there is a chance that we may still be able to claim some sort of survivor benefits. But it's really all up in the air. It really depends. I have to actually, unless I find the paperwork in here, which I don't think I'm going to. I've already gone through quite a bit of paperwork. I am probably going to have to file a claim requesting all of the previous letters and narrative from any of the claims that he's put in. I do have notes that he's taken where he was planning to try to file another claim to try to, I think with the PACT Act, but he never got around to getting it done. But I have found notes, so I'm hoping that that helps. I'm hoping that all the medical records that we have access to, and that the previous narrative from his disability claims is enough to get her something, but I don't know, it may not be enough to cover the bills that she's going to have and the amounts that she's going to need to pay for the house. She's trying to get a reverse mortgage. I don't know how well that'll work, but it should at least free up some money so that hopefully she can keep the house, but we'll see. It sucks. It really sucks. But anyway, sorry to dump all that on everybody, but it's definitely on my mind. It's definitely a concern. A very bad concern. But, I mean, at the very least, this has opened up discussion between us about what happens when Mom dies. What happens with everything when Mom dies. So we're at least trying to get on the same page with that and figure out how to approach that. But it sucks. Anyway, either way, I can't wait for House of the Dragon Season 3 to start. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I know people were disappointed with Season 2, but I think this season is going to be really, really awesome. And as I've said before, I don't necessarily like a lot of the fighting and battling and war stuff. Like, I can deal with a little bit of it, but then after I have a little bit of it, I'm like, okay, that's all I really need. I don't need more. But I still think it's going to be very interesting and very exciting. I think they're going to be trying to cover a lot of material that I do remember from the books, and I think that's going to be very cool, very interesting. So, oh, yeah, I wasn't done. There is a little featurette that I did a reaction to. This is also recorded, so I'm gonna go to my intermission screen so that I can go to the restroom, and I'm gonna put that little featurette on while I go to the restroom. When I come back from the restroom, I will at least probably put my mic on. It depends. It depends on if I don't think I talk very much in the recording of the featurette. I like watching the featurettes because I find them interesting, but that doesn't mean I necessarily like talking about it a lot. I think I do talk a little bit. But anyway, let me go to the intermission scene and get that started for you. Okay. I've got to first close this one. And put on this. Alright, I almost forgot this one. There's a little kind of behind-the-scenes featurette that they did for Season 3. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Here we go, stand by.
Good night, you.
Let's get ready to shoot. Please follow the camera.
Season 3 has
Thank
stepped
you.
up a gear. I think we've all felt it.
The ambition behind the show is second to none.
It never fails to blow me away. Everyone was just roaring and ready to go again.
Blue screen instead of green screen.
Season 3, it's astronomical.
I don't use
it's
a
so
screen,
disparate.
which
Everybody
probably
is
is not
far
great,
flung to the
but-
corners of the earth. But what happens in the Riverlands or in Harrenhal has a ripple effect that is felt in King's Landing.
Aegon and Larys' travels open up the scope of Westeros, quite literally.
The scale's enormous this season. They've created these whole labyrinths, these whole towns.
Season 3 is where conflict comes to life.
Oh yeah, there is tons of action.
The
Down
battles
in
that they've created.
Flea Bottom, down in the town.
Amazing. End of season 2, Alicent makes this huge offer. She'll throw open the gates of the Red Keep, allow Rhaenyra to walk in without resistance. We pick up season 3, and her decision is made. She is going to King's Landing, and she will not take no for an answer.
Cordis and Lohar, it's been brewing and brewing.
Let the sea snake rue the day we meet again.
I really hate that that is
together.
pretty much going to bring an end
It's
to
brutal.
the
It launches us
Valyrian,
into a
the
very
Valyrian
exciting Season
fleet.
3. And we added some great new members to the ensemble.
But I am
Ormond
excited to
Hightower
see
is
it.
head of the Hightower army. He is convinced that he will win against Rhaenyra.
The stakes are as high as they have ever been.
Rhaenyra is pulled between different visions of how her rule might play out. Perhaps violence is necessary, and we don't get the new regime without destroying the old.
We're coming to grips with how ugly war can really get and how people turn against each other.
It's just this game of continuous chess.
Aemon would stop at nothing to be in a position that he feels is owed to
Game
him.
of
This is a
Thrones.
war of a family against itself.
Exactly.
From episode 1.
Most heartbreaking thing about this whole
absolute
thing.
Everyone is a threat.
You don't know who's going to survive from episode to episode.
We've reached the point of no return. There is no unringing this bell.
Ultimate victory is non-negotiable.
There's no honor in failure.
As long as he's got a sword in his hand.
Alright, I'm back in the background.
Season 2 is the tender stick.
Just in case anybody was wondering. This is a
Season
pre-recorded
3,
thing.
It's the fire.
I am in the background. I had to go to the bathroom, so. Alright. Very awesome. Alright. Okay, everyone, so that was it for today. I did both of my reactions to both of the trailers that I know of that are out. I don't know of any other trailers out. Just like one that came out earlier and this final trailer. And then, I believe the first episode comes out on the 21st. Either it's probably like late on the 21st. Or early on the 22nd. So So, I will be doing the discussions and breakdowns for that live stream. And also, I am going to be publishing those pre-recorded reactions to the teasers and to the teaser trailers. I'm not going to post the pre-recorded reaction to the featurette, I don't think. And I'm not going to publish the previous teaser. I did a reaction to somebody's like behind the scenes stuff where they were recording some of the scenery in Wales where they had actually done some of the filming. I'm probably not going to publish that, but it is available on live stream. I don't know how great the quality is. I know that when I was in California doing my live streams for the Testament's live reads, the sound was not great. And I thought it was because the fan of the laptop, but I'm not 100% sure on that, because earlier when I recorded one, it didn't sound bad to me, except for like I had played with my mic, like the connection on my mic, and I think at some point when I was messing with the connection on my mic, it did sound messed up. But then after that, that sound went away. Whereas when I was in California, it sounded really bad the whole time. So I'm not sure. And I did, the next time I did a live stream in California, I used my earbuds with a noise canceller, which doesn't sound great, but it sounded much better. And the last reaction that I did when I was here in Washington, that one I did not have the earbuds because I had lost them, so I had to do it. I had to do it like this, and it seemed to sound okay to me, even without the earbuds. But I did find those earbuds. I have found them. I don't even remember where I found them, but I did find them. I found the earbuds and the noise canceller, so I've got those again. But I'm not using them because I thought the last time I did this, it sounded okay. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I don't go and check the live stream later and find out that it sounds terrible. But the last time I did, it sounded okay. So anyway, I think that's all I got for you. I will see you when I see you. Bye.